Welcome back, dear students, in your English class. As you knew that we are discussing the poem 2.3, The Inchcape Rock, written by Robert Southey. Through this poem, the poet is focusing on the legendary story of Abbot of Aberbrothock and his noble work. This abbot had placed the warning bell on the dangerous Inchcape Rock because he wanted to avoid the further disasters. And because of his good deed or good work, the mariners were so grateful and thankful to this abbot. द इंचकेप रॉक ह्या कवितेच्या माध्यमातून आपण ॲबट ऑफ ॲबरब्रथॉक ह्या ख्रिस्ती धर्मगुरूची आणि त्यांच्या सत्कृत्याची दंतकथा अभ्यासत आहोत. So now students get ready for further discussion of remaining stanzas of this poem. Dear students, we had already focused on first 4 stanzas of this poem in our part first video. Now in this part second video, we will discuss from stanza number 5 up to stanza number 11. Students, this poem is a ballad. It means a song that tells us a story in dramatic manner. And this poem consists of stanzas with 4 lines. So let's see what is happening in this story. The Inchcape Rock, stanza number 5. The sun in the heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance in their sound. So in this stanza, the poet described about a beautiful day. According to him, the sun was shining gay. Here the word gay, it means happily. The sun was shining gay and bright in the sky. So here the word sky indicates heaven. Everyone means all the creatures were really happy and they are so joyful. की या ओळींच्या माध्यमातून कवीने एका सुंदर दिवसाचे वर्णन केले आहे आणि त्या दिवशी त्याच्या मते सूर्य तेजस्वीपणे आकाशामध्ये प्रकाशत होता आणि सर्व सृष्टी एकदम आनंदी व सुखी होती. Then how was the seabirds over there? The seabirds were also making loud noises and they are swirling means circling in the sky happily. की समुद्र पक्षी अतिशय आनंदाने आकाशामध्ये घिरट्या घालत मोठमोठ्याने आवाज करीत आनंद व्यक्त करत होते. So dear students, through this stanza, the poet is describing about a beautiful day that is happening in that sea, and he was also focusing on the happiness of all the people as well as birds, means all the creatures on this earth. Now let's see the next stanza. Stanza number 6. The boy of the Inchcape bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean grin. Sir Ralph the rower walked his deck and fixed his eye on the darker speck. So here the word speck, it means a tiny dot. And you know that this Sir Ralph the rower is another character of this story. And actually he is a sea pirate. So you know that the Abbot of Aberbrothock, he tied that Inchcape bell to a buoy, means that floating object on the surface of the sea, and it was marking danger to the sailors. And his bell was ringing over there. So that boy was looking like a speck, means a very tiny dot in that vast ocean. की धोक्याची सूचना देण्यासाठी तरंगत्या वस्तूला बांधलेली घंटा भव्य समुद्रामध्ये एखाद्या लहान ठिपक्याप्रमाणे दिसत होती. And there was a sea pirate whose name was Sir Ralph the Rower. So here pirate means a person who robs ships in the sea. He walked on the deck of his ship, means on the upper part of his ship, and then he fixed his eye and staring at the tiny dot, means that buoy of Inchcape Bell. की सर राल्फ द रोअर नावाचा एक प्रसिद्ध समुद्र लुटारू त्याच्या जहाजाच्या वरच्या मजल्यावरती आला आणि त्या समुद्र लुटारूने त्याची नजर त्या लहान टिपक्यावरती म्हणजेच त्या धोक्याची घंटा बांधलेल्या तरंगत्या वस्तूवरती स्थिर केली. So students, in this stanza we are introduced with another character of the story, and that is Sir Ralph the Rower, a person who loved to travel a lot, and he was robbing different ships. He was a sea pirate. So now he had fixed his eye on that buoy and on that Inchcape Bell. So let's see what happened after this through next stanza. The poet is telling us that he felt the cheering power of spring. So here the word he or the pronoun he stands for Sir Ralph the Rower. You can imagine about this person by seeing the image displayed on your screen. So he felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rower's mirth was wickedness. So this Sir Ralph the Rower, a person who was traveling in the sea, he experienced that cheerful or a pleasant atmosphere. He was whistling and singing over there. He was feeling very happy in his heart. सर राल्फ द रोअर म्हणजेच तो समुद्र लुटारू त्या प्रसन्न वातावरणाचा आस्वाद घेत होता. तो शिट्टी वाजवत होता आणि गाणेही गात होता. बट हिज हॅपीनेस वॉज नॉट प्युअर. सो his happiness was not so pure. It was full with wickedness, and he had bad or devil intentions behind that happiness. की जरी तो आनंदी दिसत असला तरी सर राल्फचा आनंद हा काही खरा नव्हता, कारण त्याच्या हास्यामागे व त्याच्या आनंदामागे एक दुष्ट हेतू जाणवत होता. So in this way, through this stanza, the poet is focusing on the qualities of Sir Ralph the Rower. Actually, we came to know that this person is not a good person. He was having some bad intentions in his heart. Stanza number 8. His eyes was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my man, put out the boat, and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I will pledge the abbot of Aberbrothock. So here the word quoth, it means said, and pledge, it means cause pain or trouble. So in this stanza, Sir Ralph the Rower, he fixed his eye on the Inchcape float, means on that buoy, or that floating object on which the bell was tied. And then suddenly he ordered his men to take out the small boat and row him, means sail him towards the Inchcape rock. की सर राल्फने त्याची नजर त्या तरंगत्या वस्तूवर व घंटेवर स्थिर केली आणि त्यानंतर त्याने त्याच्या साथीदारांना एक लहान बोट काढून त्या इंचकेप रॉककडे त्याला घेऊन जाण्याची आज्ञा दिली. सो स्टुडंट्स, नाऊ सर राल्फ वॉज मूव्हिंग टुवर्ड्स दॅट इंचकेप बेल. Because Sir Ralph wanted to pledge, means cause pain or trouble, to Abbot of Aberbrothock. So this incident, it shows Sir Ralph's evil or bad intention. He did not like the noble work of the Abbot of Aberbrothock. की सर राल्फने त्याच्या साथीदारांना लहान बोटीमधून त्या इंचकेप रॉककडे त्याला घेऊन जाण्याची आज्ञा दिली होती, कारण सर राल्फला ॲबट ऑफ ॲबरब्रॉथॉक यांचे सत्कृत्य व चांगले काम आवडले नव्हते. आणि यावरूनच आपल्याला राल्फची वाईट प्रवृत्ती दिसून येते. सो अगेन थ्रू दिस स्टांझा the poet is focusing on the wicked qualities of Sir Ralph. Stanza number 9. The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. So here, if you focus on your screen, it will become clear to you. Actually, Sir Ralph was sailing in his ship, but now he entered in a small boat, and with his sailors, with his companions, he was moving or sailing towards that Inchcape Bell or Inchcape Rock. Then after reaching that Inchcape Rock, Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he cut the bell from the Inchcape float. So the boatmen of Sir Ralph, they lowered down a small boat from their ship and started to move towards the Inchcape Rock. After reaching near the Inchcape Rock, suddenly Sir Ralph bent from his boat and cut the Inchcape Bell from its buoy. की त्याच्या आज्ञेप्रमाणे राल्फच्या साथीदारांनी जहाजावरून बोट खाली घेतली व ते राल्फला घेऊन त्या इंचकेप रॉककडे निघाले. आणि त्या खडकाजवळ पोहोचताच सर राल्फने आपल्या नावेतून खाली वाकले आणि अचानकपणे त्याने ती धोक्याची सूचना देणारी घंटा त्या तरंगत्या वस्तूपासून कापून काढली. Actually, this unexpected action of Sir Ralph indicates his jealousy about a noble man, the Abbot of Aberbrothock. की अशा प्रकारे सर राल्फ यांच्या कृतीवरून आपणास त्यांची ॲबट ऑफ ॲबरब्रॉथॉक यांच्या विरुद्धची तिरस्काराची भावना समजते. सो the noble work or a good deed of Abbot of Aberbrothock was spoiled by this sea pirate, Sir Ralph the Rower. Next answer. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound, the bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the Abbot of Aberbrothock. As soon as the evil Ralph cut the rope of the bell, that bell sank down in the ocean deep, and while sinking down, it created gurgling, means that bubbling sound. And due to this bubbles appeared on the surface and they burst also. की त्या घंटेचा दोर कापताच ती घंटा खळखळ असा आवाज करत समुद्राच्या तळाशी जाऊ लागली आणि त्या घंटेच्या पाण्यामध्ये जाण्यामुळे बुडबुडे निर्माण झाले. Then after finishing this wicked job of cutting the bell, Ralph announced that now the people who will visit this Inchcape Rock, they would not bless the Abbot of Aberbrothock anymore, because they will not hear the warning sound of Inchcape Bell afterwards. की त्याचे वाईट व निर्दयी कृत्य झाल्यानंतर सर राल्फने घोषणा केली की आता कोणीही या इंचकेप रॉकला भेट दिल्यानंतर ॲबट ऑफ ॲबरब्रॉथॉक यांना आशीर्वाद देणार नाही आहेत, कारण धोक्याची सूचना देणारी ती घंटा सर राल्फने आता कापून काढली होती. It means that the sailors will not hear the warning sound of the bell, and maybe they will crash their ships and lose their lives at the Inchcape Rock, and so they would not be able to bless Abbott. की याचा अर्थ असा की आता जे खलाशी त्या समुद्र मार्गाने जातील त्यांना धोक्याची घंटा ऐकू येणार नाहीये, आणि त्यामुळे त्यांची जहाजे त्या खडकाला धडकतील आणि नष्ट होतील, आणि त्यामुळे त्या ख्रिस्ती धर्मगुरूचे कोणीही आता आभार मानू शकणार नाही. So again we came to know about the bad behavior or devil intention of Sir Ralph the Roer through this stanza. He destroyed the good work of Abbott. He cut down that bell, and now he was cursing the Abbot of Aberbrothock also. Then stanza number 11. This stanza tells us that Sir Ralph the Roer sailed away. He scored the seas for many a day, and now grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. So here the word scored, it means traveled freely, energetically for ships to rob. Then plunder store, it means a big amount of looted wealth. And steer, it means directs the course of the ship. So this stanza tells us that after cutting the rope of the bell, Ralph the Roer sailed away from that place. As you know, he is a sea pirate, and so he traveled freely and robbed other ships for many years. Then he became very rich due to that big amount of looted wealth. किती धोक्याची सूचना देणारी घंटा कापल्यानंतर सर राल्फ यांनी त्याचा पुढील प्रवास सुरू केला, आणि समुद्र लुटारू असल्यामुळे त्याने बरीच वर्ष समुद्र प्रवास करून वेगवेगळ्या जहाजांची लूट केली आणि अपार संपत्ती व खजाना जमा केला होता. And then finally he ordered his sailors to direct his ship towards Scotland's shore. आणि शेवटी त्याने त्याचे जहाज स्कॉटलंडच्या किनाऱ्याकडे वळवण्याची आज्ञा दिली. So in this way students, we discussed from stanza number 5 up to stanza number 11. So we will discuss the remaining part of this poem with the help of our next video. Thank you my dear students. Keep your watching and keep your learning.